Hi, I'm Pat Murphy-Racey. I'm a Sony artisan of imagery. I'm very accustomed to shooting at high frame rates with A9, A9 II, and Alpha 1 now. Shooting at 20 frames a second is a gas because you just don't miss much. It's pretty cool. But I'm here to talk to you about a different kind of camera that shoots 20 frames a second, but one that's even smaller than the A9 II. And I've got it right here in my pocket, believe it or not. This is the SONY Xperia1 Mark II. It's tiny, it's itty bitty, and yet it has a lot of the same features that my A9 II does, like 20 frames per second, like the ability to shoot RAW or Jpeg or both, like the ability to do IAF and face detection. These are all things that this little tiny phone can do. It even has 3 different lenses in it. There's a super wide, a wide, and then a telephoto for doing portrait work. So this little gadget here is an unbelievable treat for me as a photographer because it goes wherever I go without having a truck full of equipment or even a bag, a rolling bag, or even a bag on a shoulder. This is it. It just goes in my pocket, and that's it. It goes wherever I am. Sony asked me to take this out on location and shoot some action with it. And so I have a very good friend who's a canine handler, and his buddy Trip, who you're going to meet in just a second, is probably one of the most athletic things I've ever seen. He's a Belgian Malinois. He is absolutely a gas to be around. He's so much fun to be with. He's a very happy dog. He's fast. He can run about 35 miles an hour from a standstill. I don't know what his vertical leap is, but he's amazing. So it's a tremendous challenge to shoot action and capture images of a dog that's as quick and as fast as Trip is. So we're going to go find out how Xperia1 Mark II did. Come on. Side of it, there's a little thumbprint deal. I just touch my thumbprint and then it turns the phone on. I'm going to swipe up to get on my apps. There's a kind of a normal app that's the camera, and that's the one that most people will use. It lets you zoom between the 3 different lenses. It's really nice. But what I want to do though is not spend any time on this app, because the one that's important is the one that says Photo Pro, and this one is radically different. It has the ability to shoot in full manual. So just like on the camera dials, this is the mode dial. It's going to be on auto when it comes out of the box. So I've selected manual. Now in manual, I get to now change my shutter speeds at will. For the shoot that I did for this video, I think I was shooting at 2500th of a second at 1.7. So it was a very fast lens. I was able to choose a very high shutter speed to kind of capture the action. This little group of buttons is the same thing you get on the function menu of all of the Sony Pro cameras, like the A1 and the A9 II and the A9 and all that stuff. These are the cameras that I use all the time. So we're going to go to the menu, and in the menu we're going to change the RAW plus JPEG to just JPEG, and we're going to take a look at everything else. I can shoot in 16:9, which I did. You can shoot 4:3, 1:1, which is really handy for Instagram, and then 3:2. But we're going to leave it on 16:9. And then the drive mode, here's single shooting. This is where we can access it again, but when we go back to that main menu, you're going to see that it's already changed. And the next one is exposure, and derange optimizer is kind of cool. That's another effect that's on the Pro cameras. Focus area is going to be wide, focus area red, and then eye detect is on. And then last in the setup, touch to adjust focus and brightness. I can turn grid lines on and off if I want to. I'm going to leave them off. And then I want to hear audio signals because this thing could shoot at 20 frames per second just like an A9. So now I pretty much have the camera set in the way that I used it to shoot. You can just lightly touch the top, this little button here, and then when you want to, that's actually shooting a picture, or well, a lot of pictures, because it's 20 frames per second. So it's very intuitive for a photographer to use this camera because it's just like my other camera. It's crazy. And the fact that it's so tiny and small and lightweight means that for me, you know, for using this camera on vacation, for sure, but I tell you, it's, you know, the best camera, they always say, is the one that's in your pocket or the one that's in your hand or the ones you have with you. This Xperia 1 gives me full manual control. It gives me 20 frames a second. It matches the speed of an A9 II, which is crazy because it's a phone. It has 3 separate discrete lenses. And then, of course, it's super powerful because it's able to connect to the internet from anywhere just using my cell phone plan. And I can push pictures out instantly to Instagram, to Facebook, to, you know, Twitter, whatever I want to do. I can just do it. And so it's just so empowering to have a tool like this in my pocket. Not my camera bag necessarily, but in my pocket. It's remarkable. If I want to look at an image, all I have to do is just hit the bottom image there, and then I can either put my finger on the images themselves and check, or I can actually go to the next burst. So this lets me kind of see where I'm at. You could edit so fast. This one where I like that picture. That one right there is pretty cool. So when you get one you like, you can just touch the main part of the picture, and then you can just zoom in if you want to. It's pretty cool. Oh, that's a cool frame right there. I like that one. That'd be an awesome panorama. This screen is so cool too because it's just so big. The handler threw the ball and then it kind of bounced towards me, and you can see he gets a little close. Like that's pretty dang close. But it's crazy that this is all in focus. I mean, it's just crazy how good this phone is at focus. I mean, the camera portion of the phone is pretty incredible. Even for a guy like me that's used to, you know, the A9 II and even the Alpha 1, this is just like a remarkable camera. And just being able to access images as fast and edit this quickly is something I honestly can't do on my Alpha 1 even, because the Alpha 1 doesn't have a screen as nice as this, frankly. So at the end of the day, the Xperia 1 Mark II has found its way not just in my pocket, but into my workflow. I'm excited about having something at my fingertips that's always with me that gives me the same performance as an A9 II. It's quite a remarkable achievement, I think, engineering-wise, but just in terms of my personal life, it's great to always have a real camera, a legitimate camera with me that's ready to capture action anywhere I want to point it.